It's the end of the world as we know it show, and here's why you should not feel fine. So in this show we're going to talk about inner city violence. Violence is at an all-time high all over the country. If you want to find out more about it, let's find out right now. Pay attention. Okay, inner city violence. When you look at what's going on in cities right now, I live outside of Chicago. I can't even tell you how many murders there are to date because it changes every day. Because it's like every time I turn the TV on, I hear about somebody else getting shot. Our president was so upset about it the other day that he tweeted in that he was going to send the feds into Chicago after hearing it on Bill O'Reilly's show. That's scary. But violent crime, why is it going on? What's happening? Okay, well first of all you kind of have to look at where it's going on. Most of it is going on in these inner city areas where people are desperate. They have no hope. Why do they have no hope? High unemployment. I happened to hear a radio show the other day where the person from the New York Times was talking about what's going on. And basically they found a stat that tied the amount of violence there is to the unemployment rate. No surprise. Higher the unemployment rate, the higher the crime. Some of these inner city areas, they have an unemployment rate of 92%. 92% of the people in those areas are unemployed. I know a lot of people are going to say bad things about them being on welfare or whatever. Guess what? If you've ever been in a situation like that, in a lot of cases it's hard to get out of that hole. Maybe they can't find a job for certain reasons. So they need some kind of hope. They need a way to be able to dig themselves out. So the thing is, the federal government, when you look at how we're going to spend our money coming up here, because when you have Donald Trump talking about sending in the feds, I can't imagine he's going to come in a good way. He met with Mayor Emanuel before the election. He had a chance maybe to talk to Mayor Emanuel about how the feds could help if he became president. Instead, he sends a tweet saying he's sending in the feds, which to me means something like a National Guard or something, federal troops. We do not need to militarize the cities. What we need hope. We need the ability for these people to dig themselves out of a hole. And the way that you do that is you educate people. So instead of putting money into law enforcement, can we put money into education? Can we train these people? Can we have them get involved in their communities? Find a way to get these people, like maybe instead of teaching them stuff that they're not going to be able to use, teach them how to run a business. Find out what skills that they have, what they're interested in doing, and basically see if there's a way you can train them to do that. No matter what it is, there's a lot of brilliant people there. There's a lot of talent that's going to waste. There's a lot of money to be made, surprisingly. These people all get businesses started, and you look at the tax benefits from those people not only maybe getting off welfare, but getting back into the tax rolls. It's going to swing things the other way. If you look at if they're starting a business and starting to have something productive, like let's say somebody opens a plumbing business, they're going to need to buy pipe, they're going to need to hire other people, they're going to need to buy tools, they're going to stimulate the economy. So if we really want to jumpstart this nation, what we need to do is we need to educate people. The other thing is low interest loans. Give them a leg up. Give them some kind of a loan to get their business started. Once they get it going and you've taught them how to do it, they might be able to get things going. You might be surprised that you're going to get your loan paid back and you're going to get taxes starting to come in from a person that maybe you were supporting on welfare. So some family planning wouldn't hurt. I know right now there's a big move to kill all family planning, so that we're going to basically say that people can't do anything about not having more kids. So for people that do want to have family planning, we're going to cut off all those funds and make it harder for them. So in the long run, it's going to end up costing all of us more. So it would kind of make sense to put our federal dollars, yours and my tax dollars, in the right place. Now, we can also throw in one little minor thing here. What's going on in a lot of these areas where you do have the high crime is they're controlled by gangs. Gangs have a hold on these. They have a hold for a couple reasons, because you have a lot of broken families. You have a lot of families that don't have fathers. You have a lot of kids that are going around with nothing else to do. They have this no hope, so they're looking for something. The gang has become their family. The gang has become their outlet. So if you could somehow take the money out of these gangs, what is the main thing that they do, besides robbing people, is they sell drugs. They sell a lot of drugs. I've got a whole video on drug legalization. I want you to check that out, and we're going to talk about why it's a good thing to legalize drugs. And one of the main things would be to take the money out of these gangs so that they don't have as much money. Gangs could disappear if we take out their support system. So, anyhow, food for thought. Call to action. Well, we need to talk to the federal government somehow about not militarizing things and putting more money into stuff that it seems like they want to cut. They're trying to cut out education. They're cutting on family planning. They're doing whatever they can to basically make this country a militarized state. And if you have violent people that are in an area, they're going to want to keep clamping down more and more. So if we can figure out a way not to do that, I'm thinking that we're all going to benefit. If we go the other way, it costs $78,000 to put a person in prison. $78,000 per person per year to put somebody in jail. I wonder what it costs to educate them. Maybe give them a loan. Could be a little cheaper. So, something to think about. Call to action. Got to focus on this problem. All right, what I'm also trying to do is get people to follow me on Twitter if I'm making any sense at all to you. Check out my other videos. See what you think. This is my Twitter handle. @RealSock in it. Kind of a goofy name. I have another video on why I came up with that name, but @RealSock in it. All the videos I have are, you can search them by that header and then look at the name of the video, find out what topic I'm talking about. Check out some of the other videos. Follow me on Twitter. Give me your vote. Donald Trump has 23 million. Follow me. Give me a voice. I'll be a good voice for you. Thanks.